Hello, everybody.
And we are ready on the Chavez Ochoa matter off of the 11 o'clock calendar, Your Honor.
Okay.
And that is cause number 4A0424286. This is on for arraignment. One allegation of driving while license revoked in the first degree from an alleged incident date of July 9. I would note he had previously submitted an application for court-appointed counsel and was approved. So we are not requesting a second appointment, obviously. And then we have gone over the rights at arraignment form, which we've uploaded into O-Court. I've gone over both the maximum as well as potential mandatory minimum penalties with him as well.
And Mr. Chavez Ochoa, good morning. Can you hear us all right? Can you hear us all right?
Yeah, yes, sorry. My phone was on mute.
Okay. And you heard what your attorney said and you agree with her?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, very good. Well, you can waive arraignment, but you are charged with driving while license revoked in the first degree, alleged to have occurred in Bothell, July 9, 2024. Do you understand what the crime means, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, it looks like you really want to do some major jail time badly because you have at least 2 prior convictions for this. So every conviction hereafter means you're getting at least 180 days in jail and up to 364 and another 1-year revocation of your license. You understand all that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Not guilty plea will be entered. Let me be real clear on this, Mr. Chavez Ochoa, and we're being recorded today. If you decide I'm going to drive, you don't have a valid license and insurance in your pocket, and there's no way you're going to get a valid license and with your record, your release will be revoked. So the court is going to require, since you do it so frequently, allegedly, and you have a warrant out for your arrest out of the Marysville Municipal Court, so you're subject to arrest at any moment. You have to be here for all scheduled hearings, because if the court finds out that you decide to violate these conditions of release, you're going to be immediately taken into custody. Any questions about that?
No, Your Honor.
All right. And it puts that bond that you posted at risk. So just being real clear about that. So if you want to take the chance, you go for it, okay? But you're not going to like the consequences. That's a guarantee. All right?
Okay.
Okay. Next hearing date will be when, Jackie? Please write this down and confirm when you've done this. You bet. I'm going to set August 22 at 2:30. That's a good date, right, Jackie?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, write down August 22 at 2:30. Tell me when you've done that.
What was that?
August 22 at 2:30.
Oh, I got it. Yeah, I got
Okay.
it. I don't got a pen right now, but I'll write it as soon as I.
All right, well, I've told you when it is. If you decide not to show up, your bond is going to be forfeited, and it's going to be many thousands of dollars for you to get out the next time. Any questions about all that?
No, Your Honor.
All right, good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Is Mr. Kazerani currently present on Zoom? Kat Ebert appearing for Mr. Kazerani today.
Thanks, Ms. Hebert. And can you hear me all right, Mr. Kazerani?
Yes, Your Honor.
And can you hear your lawyer as well?
Yes, Your Honor.
Great. Are you Kazerani?
Yes, sir.
January 30, 2003, your birthday?
Yes.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Kazerani. City want to be heard. There's 2 causes before the court. 4A 599578, which is a criminal prosecution, and then a related notice of infraction, 4A 599579. The court has reviewed the probable cause submission in the cause ending 578 and would find probable cause for the complaint is charged. Do you want to be heard further on this, Ms. Tadavosian, before we go to arraignment?
No, Your Honor.
All right. So, Mr. Kazerani, you have the constitutional right to an attorney. Ms. Ebert's helping you out. Are you retained, Ms. Ebert?
No, Your Honor, and I believe this is an infraction disposition.
Well, I haven't heard any amendments.
Madam Prosecutor, is this an
On
amendment to?
578, do you want to do something else, Ms. Tadavosian?
Oh, yes, for 578, the city is going to amend to no valid registration in vehicle under RCW 4616A180 for $200.
And you've explained all this to him, Ms. Ebert?
Yes, Your Honor.
You agree, Mr. Kazerani?
Yes, Your Honor.
You agree that that infraction occurred in Bothell on July 13th?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because the response is committed then, the finding will be committed and the motion to amend is granted. What about the no insurance ticket, Mr. Kazerani? What do you want to tell me about that?
I would like to be heard on mitigation if I could, Your Honor.
You bet, Ms. Ebert, not a problem. I didn't know,
Mr.
you're a public defense attorney, right?
That is correct, but
Yeah.
I would
But
like
it's
to
nice of
argue
you,
as
I
well.
just want you to know, it's nice of you to handle them on a civil matter, which you have no obligation to do. Go ahead.
Thank you. I enjoy it. Mr. Kazerani is currently not working. He has been unemployed for approximately 2 months. He had to leave school due to expenses. He has been extensively looking for work. I believe it has been difficult for him. He tells me he's applied for 50 or 60 jobs in that time. Additionally, he's helping his grandparents out for minimal, like basically no money. So I'm hoping that we can mitigate the fine if possible today. He does have a good job prospect with Costco. They should be getting back to him in 2 days.
Oh, that'd be great. But Mr. Kazerani, don't get too picky. You need a job, right?
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
correct, Your Honor.
Okay, he's got no priors, so what's the city recommend as a penalty?
Your Honor, the city is recommending a penalty of $100.
No, that's what I give for people who come in with proof of insurance. It'll be I will reduce it, Ms. Ebert, to $200. So it was $400, Mr. Kazerani, which needs to be paid in full within 30 days, or as you promised the court in writing. Any questions about all that, sir?
No, thank you very much, Your Honor. I
All
really
right,
appreciate it.
good luck to you.
Thank you very much. Hope you have a good day.
You too.
And I'm finally ready on the matter of Mr. Sean Glenn off the 11 o'clock calendar. This will also be a standard arraignment, Your Honor, with an indigencies form as well.
Mr. Glenn, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Your Honor.
Thank you. This is 4A548044. Are you Sean Michael Glenn?
Yes,
August 13, 68, your birthday?
yes.
Thanks, Mr. Glenn. Have you received a copy of the complaint in this case?
A ticket?
No, it would be a document that says complaint in the caption and charges you with driving under the influence.
Yeah, I think I have, yeah.
You want one sent to you or not?
Sure, yes, yes, I would.
All right. Please send a copy to Mr. Glenn. You're charged with driving under the influence alleged to have occurred in Bothell, July 6, 2024. You understand what the crime means?
Yes,
And this is a gross misdemeanor punishable by up to 364 days in jail, $5,000 fine, plus costs and assessments. Do you understand that?
yes,
And it's one of those offenses where if you're convicted, there's mandatory jail and or electronic home monitoring. Mandatory fines plus costs and assessments. License suspension or revocation of at least 90 days. Ignition interlock requirement for at least 1 year. You understand all these things?
why would I need an ignition interlock?
That's if you're convicted, Mr. Glenn. It's in the statute. I'm going to ask you not to discuss any of the facts of the case, please.
Yeah, wait till you get a lawyer. Okay?
Okay,
All right. Guilty plea will be entered. Probable cause was found July 8th. Court notes he has a pending DUI in South District Court. City's position.
Your Honor, at this time, the city is not requesting bail. The city is requesting standard DUI conditions plus a scram device.
Your
All
Honor,
right. Ms. Ebert, what do you say? Go ahead.
I have no objection to standard conditions. I would request no scram device. I don't believe the allegation is of alcohol here, so I don't think a scram device would do what the city is looking for. Additionally, he's very, very low income. His only income is from SSDI and ABD. His housing is through the state. I think a scram device would put him further in a hole, Your Honor.
Response, Ms. Tadavosian?
Your Honor, while this is not a alcohol-related DUI, the scram device, the city's requesting a scram device because of the previous DUI, and there's also another DUI pending.
But you concede that this was an intoxicant other than alcohol, is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Yeah, I am not gonna require a scram device. The South District Court can do that if that's alcohol related. And counsel, Mr. Glenn has got to consider if he has the disposable income for intoxicants and he gets caught, he may be required to, as part of a court order, be screened to make sure he's not using intoxicants, especially with his record.
I completely understand, Your Honor.
So,
If I may turn to bail,
no, I'm not gonna require bail. I'm just gonna impose conditions of release, and he's gotta have an ignition interlock. So I'm gonna make sure that if he drives a motor vehicle, it's not with any alcohol in his system. But if it
That's
comes to the
perfect.
court's attention that there's any other intoxicant in his system while he's under the jurisdiction of the court, his release is going to be revoked. He puts his bond at risk, and that's $10,000. So I hope he doesn't want to do that, but that's his call. That's his call. So,
yes, Your Honor. I was wondering if we could exonerate that, given the city is agreeing to personal recognizance today.
nope, holding on to it. He's got to have some skin in this game, counsel, with his record.
Yes, Your Honor. It is a very long record. I just want to note, because I thought it was very cool, he hasn't had a conviction since 2003. He does have a pending DUI, but that's the only other open case.
Counsel, his driving under the influence of any intoxicant is over from this court's perspective. And if he wishes to test that, that's fine. He's not going to like the consequences, and it's time for him to figure that one out. I'm maintaining the bond. He's going to have some skin in this game, as I indicated. All right, next hearing date is, looks like August 29 at 2:30. Please write that down, Mr. Glenn, and tell me when you have.
Zoom?
Thank you. Keep that note safe. That's your note.
Hold on a second, hold on. Is it a Zoom meeting?
August 29 at 2:30.
Is it Zoom?
No, that's in person, Mr. Glenn.
I have surgery August 8th. I'm gonna be 2 weeks, 2 months completely with non-weight bearing on my left broken foot.
Yeah, well, you have an attorney. Make sure you get a doctor's note indicating your unavailability, and the court will consider that.
Okay, Your Honor.
Would it be possible for us to set him to a Zoom calendar on a Monday instead, Your Honor?
No, he needs to come in unless he's medically unavailable, and that has to be proved in writing.
Okay.
That'll be proven.
Mr. Glenn, you'll get our contact information on your forms. Please reach out to us ASAP with a doctor's note stating that load-bearing restriction, okay?
Okay, thank you. Is that it?
Thank you.
Well, it can't be a load-bearing restriction, counsel. It's gotta be, I can't be a court restriction. Okay?
Oh, okay. Thank you for that clarification.
Yeah. We're not gonna make him lift anything when he's here, except possibly a pen.
I
Okay?
won't be able to walk.
Perhaps a doctor's note stating that something around.
Talk to your lawyer. She's very good. She'll figure it
Okay.
out.
Okay. Is that it, Your Honor?
Nope,
Okay.
but thanks for asking. So don't drive unless you have valid license and insurance or without an ignition interlock system in use in your motor vehicle. You're to abstain from the use and possession of intoxicants of any kind and in any amount. You're not to refuse a police requested breath or blood test, even when told you have the right to refuse. Commit no criminal acts. Make sure we know where you live. Be here on time for all scheduled hearings.
I'm sorry,
All
Your
right,
Honor.
good luck, Mr. Glenn.
May I be heard on one more matter, please, Your Honor?
Oh, yeah, sure.
I'm noticing on this pretrial form, we've got I'm still trying to understand these forms. I'm seeing the check marks for the ignition interlock device. That I fully understand. I'm also seeing a check mark for installing an alcohol monitoring device. Was that intended by the court?
Maybe not. And welcome to the club, Miss Ebert, trying to understand this.
My assumption would be that that's for scram, but I couldn't be sure about that.
No, I just checked the box for ignition interlock.
Oh,
And you must submit to testing for your compliance with this condition. Well, that just means if the court wants wants him to, if he comes in and someone smells alcohol on him, he's gotta submit to testing.
Okay, the box I'm
I'm
looking
not
at.
requiring scram. I'm just ignition interlock when he drives. That's all.
Okay, that's what I understood as
So make it,
well.
yeah, make a note of that so that you can, yes, Jackie's got a quizzical look on her face. Talk to me, Jackie. Well, if he's, counsel, if he's gonna drive, he has to have an ignition interlock. If he's deciding not to drive, I don't require him to have an ignition interlock.
Absolutely, absolutely. And
But if he decides, you know, I gotta run to the 7-Eleven down at the corner and instead of running, I'm going to drive down there. And he gets pulled over because he, for whatever reason, light out, whatever. There's no ignition interlock. I hope he enjoys that trip because his bond is subject to forfeiture. And he's gonna be in a jail cell, which makes it real tough for you to prepare his case.
How much is that, Your Honor?
Much as what?
The ignition interlock.
We don't get involved with that. You're gonna have to find out for yourself. You have a fantastic lawyer and that person can help you with that.
I can't afford it.
Life in its fullness, Mr. Glenn. All right, anything else, Miss Ebert?
Your Honor, I'm stepping in for Miss Ewert. Unfortunately, her computer just died. No.
Oh, and I don't think I looked at the indigency. Looks like you swear or affirm you're on public assistance, Mr. Glenn?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I'm gonna appoint counsel then. Sorry, I forgot about that, Miss Ebert. Okay, you're excused, Mr. Glenn. Good luck, sir.
All right,
Next case.
Thank you all for being here with me. I love you. Be safe, be well, sleep sweet, and much love.